Okay, so here's the thing, I'm not a big fan of sports games, I'm not a huge fan of soccer, which actually makes me a very poor excuse for a Portuguese guy. However, I do have a soccer retro game to showcase to you guys today. And greetings YouTube gamers, welcome to another episode of Retro Raider. My name is Johnny Retro and welcome to the channel. If you're new on the channel guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Now just let me start by saying this guys, I really don't know anything about soccer. I did play a couple of soccer games, I own a couple of them, but like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm just not a fan. But I did pick a very interesting game for the ZX Spectrum actually early on this year. A game called World Cup Carnival. So this is not a great game to begin with, and I'm not saying this just because I don't like soccer games. This, it really isn't a good game. It got awful reviews back in the day, and it didn't age very well. But let me tell you why I picked this game, and why I think that this is one of the coolest things that I have on my ZX Spectrum collection. I picked this game because of the physical aspect of it, I picked it up because of the artwork, because of the box, and most importantly because of the goodies that we have in this little package. And let me tell you how I got this. Well, first of all, I'm always looking for ZX Spectrum stuff. I'm always looking for stuff for my ZX Spectrum collection. As you guys know, it is one of my favorite systems to collect for, even though I didn't grow up with it. And I found an online ad for this actually, and it was here locally. I knew nothing about the game, but the guy was asking 5 euros for it. Believe it or not, 5 euros is actually, I wouldn't say expensive, but I definitely don't spend 5 euros on a single ZX Spectrum game. The ZX Spectrum sold millions of units here in Europe. I mean, it is just an easy system to come by, and it is not expensive to collect for it at all. So usually I buy bundles, big lots, and each game that I have probably cost me, just a couple of cents. But let's face it, 5 euros, it is not a lot of money. I paid the man, he told me that this was actually his original game from back in the day, and I told him that, it is going to a good home, to a good collection. And I was mesmerized about this whole packaging. And this game for me, it is not about the actual game itself, it is not about the gameplay. It is all about this box right here. And this is the reason why I'm a collector. This is the reason why I like to have the physical media. It is the exactly type of stuff that, I'm always looking to get to my collection. Now, I could be wrong, guys, but I looked everywhere on YouTube and I couldn't find a single video showcasing this game right here. I mean, showcasing the box and all of the goodies. So let's take a closer look of World Cup Carnival for the ZX Spectrum right after this. Now before I show you guys the actual game, the packaging and all of the goodies, let's check out a little bit of back information about the game. So World Cup Carnival was released in 1986 for the Amstrad CPC, the Commodore 64 and the ZX Spectrum. It was developed by RT Computing and published by US Gold. It was the very first World Cup franchise game, and it was based on the 1986 FIFA World Cup held in Mexico in 31st of May of 86. Only 10 teams are available in the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad CPC versions: Uruguay, Italy, Germany, Brazil, England, Argentina, France, Spain, Mexico, and Scotland. While all 24 teams that played in the 1986 World Cup are available in the ZX Spectrum version. In all of the 3 versions of the game, only 8 of the teams can be selected for the World Cup mode. You also have a training mode that includes penalty taking. And that is pretty much it about the game. Argentina won the World Cup, by the way. So now let's do an unboxing of the game and see what we actually have inside of this beautiful package. And here we are back again, guys. So first of all, let's take a closer look at the front cover of the box right here. And this is a fun fact, actually, that I read online. Although the game is related to the World Cup of '86 in Mexico, the team that you see right here, I mean, not the team, sorry, the crowd that you see right here is related to a Brazilian team, actually. The Fluminense FC, and as they say in Brazil, this is their torcida. It is just a fun fact. And another curious thing is that most of the, not most, actually all of them, all of the the big boxes that I have of my ZX Spectrum games are all cardboard boxes. This is not. This is a plastic box. It's the first one that I've seen on a ZX Spectrum game, but I bet that there's more of them. I could be wrong about that, but you know, let me know on the comment section below, because I'm not an expert on the ZX Spectrum. I'm just a curious guy that, you know, likes the system, likes the games, and you know, I just love to collect for it. And here is a little close-up of the side of the box. Here we have it: FIFA, Mexico 86, US Gold. And here on the back we have information about the game. And mine is actually in Spanish. I bet that this was imported from Spain from back in the day. And I still have the original price tag, as you guys can see right here. 2,500 escudos. Of course, that this was our national money, the Portuguese national money before the euro. And I would say that, you know, 2,500 escudos nowadays is 12 euros and 50 cents, more or less. But if we adjust this to the inflation, this game was a very expensive game to get back in the day. I would say that it would probably be the same as buying a deluxe edition or a collector's edition of a modern game, of a modern AAA game. So it was not a cheap game to get at all, especially taking into account that most games that you guys are going to find in the wild of the, you know, most of the ZX Spectrum games are copies, because, you know, piracy was a big thing back in the day, especially, you know, for these old school 8-bit computers that used cassette tapes as media, as a media format. So yeah, this was expensive back in the day. So let's open it up and see the goodies. It opens up like this, pretty straightforward. And first of all, here we have the actual cassette. Hope that you guys can see. World Cup Carnival. Nothing really special on the back. It's just, you know, it's just a cassette tape game. I didn't play cassette tape games from back in the day. You know, I'm not that old. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone in the crowd. But I do remember cassettes to listen to music. I used those, but not on video games. I used cartridges. Now, the first goodie. This is a very interesting one. This is how you say in English a patch. A badge. This is a cloth badge or patch that you could you know, put on a backpack or something like that. Oh, by the way, this is 100% complete. I've checked it online. It is 100% complete. And this is very cool. I mean, you just don't see this type of packaging, you know, anymore in you know, in modern games. I guess that you do, you know, in very limited editions or you know, collector's editions. And sometimes you also find a couple of, you know, limited ones within the indie scene. But mostly, you not even get a manual these days. So that's why I love to collect this type of stuff. So this is the first one. Here we have the instruction manual, which is huge. This is massive. And this was very important, you know, and it is important to keep these, especially if you like to play your ZX Spectrum games. If you like to play ZX Spectrum, because, you know, these are not very intuitive games to play. You know, it's not like having a controller where you have, you know, the D-pad, A, B, you know, start, select, whatever. This is a little bit complex because, you know, different games use different keys and stuff like that. So it's always nice to have your instruction manual. Now, next we have a poster, and this is big. I don't know if I can show you guys the entire thing on the camera, but this is massive. This is big. Let me just zoom out a little bit for you guys. This is a big poster, but it's very cool. It is very cool. Like I said, you know, I'm not a fan of soccer. I'm not a fan of soccer games, but But this is awesome. This is very cool. And it is in an impeccable shape, let me tell you that. Now, we still have more. Still have more. Now here, we have a chart, okay? This is a chart of all the teams that were part of the World Cup, and of course are part of the game. And in this chart right here, hope that you guys can see, you have these blank spots, right? And what you do is that you grab these stickers. Like I said, I have all of them. They were never used. And these are the stickers of all of the teams that were part of the tournament, the World Cup. So what you do if you wanted to use these with your friends is like, you know, you guys would have tournaments with each other and just put the stickers here and just, you know, follow the whole championship all the way up to the finals right there. So I'm going to show you guys all of the stickers, and let me know down below if you see the flag of your country, and leave a comment with the hashtag of your country, okay? So here is the first batch of stickers right here. Do you know this one? I know this one. Actually, it's backwards. I'm sorry. Huge fail. It's backwards. This is the right position. And the last batch of flags. So yeah, here you have it, guys. This is very cool. Like I said, this is the type of stuff that I just love to collect for, no matter how system. But you know, the ZX Spectrum, although I didn't grow up with it, it really is a special system for me. I mean, this system was huge back in the day, especially here in Portugal. Probably a lot of you guys don't know, if you don't live here in Europe, during the crash of the video game scene in '83 in North America. I mean, here in Europe, kids from the 80s, the early 80s, didn't have a crash. You know, everybody was playing 8-bit old school computers, you know, especially the ZX Spectrum. The ZX Spectrum was huge. And like I said, although I didn't grow up with the system, it is a little piece of gaming history that I'm very fortunate to be able to preserve, you know, a couple of these items. So yeah, this was the unboxing, showcasing of the physical copy of World Cup Carnival for the ZX Spectrum. Okay, so before I wrap up this video, guys, I really want to show you the original game, the actual cassette that I have right here, running on the original hardware. So what I'm going to do is to load the cassette tape on my ZX Spectrum Plus 2 model, and you know, let's see if it works. Now, just let me say that I'm going to fast forward this part because, as you guys know, ZX Spectrum games just take forever to load. But, you know, fingers crossed, and yeah, let's go. Let's do it. I'm just going to wait for the classic loading sound of the ZX Spectrum, just to give you guys a couple of nostalgia here. Almost there. And here we have it. So yeah, I'm going to fast forward this part. And yeah, it is still loading. Still loading. And I think that we're there. We're there, guys. This took almost 5 minutes. Yeah, it is what it is. So just let's give it a little bit of a try here. Let me just take the cassette out. And yeah, let's see what we have here. 1 or 2 players. Let's pick 1 player. Hope that you guys can see. So yes, guys, you know, the game is running. These machines are very, you know, temperamental. But, you know, it's always good to test your games, you know, once in a while. Especially very, very sensitive games like the ZX Spectrum ones. So, yeah, this is it. Let's go to the end of the film. And there you go, guys. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and please let me know on the comment section below if you guys knew about World Cup Carnival. Did you play any of the versions of the game? Do you like soccer games in general? Let me know on the comment section below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to put a like on this video. Please subscribe to the channel and take care of yourselves, take care of the gaming community, and game a lot.